The words hung heavy in the air like a death sentence no one expected on that ordinary Monday morning. "I'm gay," Wesley said, his voice steady but his hands trembling beneath the desk in Mr. Thompson's history class at Ridgewood High in rural Texas. His mind exploded with a storm he could no longer contain. This is at the moment I've rehearsed in every sleepless night, the confession that could free me or destroy me completely. Why now, in front of all of them, the people I called friends, the ones who laughed at my jokes, shared lockers with me, cheer my name on the field? I thought love was supposed to be simple, but hiding it felt like dying slowly every single day, and now this truth burns hotter than any lie ever did. The faces around him shifted from confusion to shock, then settled into something colder, disgust, avoidance, the kind that made his stomach twist into knots. He felt exposed raw, like every secret glance, every hidden feeling toward Bradley had been stripped bare for judgment. Bradley. The thought hit like a wave. The boy who made his heart race during late-night study sessions, the one whose shoulder brush in the bleachers felt like electricity. Where was Bradley now, sitting 3 rows back, eyes fixed on his notebook, refusing to meet his gaze? Wesley's internal voice screamed louder than the silence in the room. He knows. He knows everything we share, the promises whispered in the dark, the way our fingers lingered too long. And yet he sits there silent. Is this fear or betrayal or both? I thought he understood the weight I carried, the fear of my father's belt, the town's small-minded stares. But if he can't stand with me, now was any of it worth? The bell rang, shattering the tension, but not the damage. Wesley gathered his books, legs weak as if the floor might swallow him. Hallways that once buzzed with his name now parted like the Red Sea, classmates pressing against lockers, whispering just loud enough. "Did you hear what he said?" "No way not, Wesley." "Gross dude, stay away." Each word sliced deeper than the last, carving into his chest a wound that bled doubt and shame. He walked faster, head down, but the thoughts wouldn't stop. Why does this feel like punishment for being honest? I spent years pretending, chasing girls, faking laughs just to fit in, and for what? To end up alone like this. The loneliness clawed at him sharper than any fist could. He reached his locker, fumbling the combination, tears pricking, but held back by sheer will. Bradley appeared at the end of the row, books clutched tight, his popular athlete frame looking smaller somehow. Their eyes met for a split second, Wesley's pleading, Bradley's filled with panic, then guilt, then nothing, as he turned to a group of jocks laughing too loud. "Yo, Bradley, you hear that crazy stuff in class?" Bradley forced a shrug, his voice strained. "Yeah, whatever, probably just messing around." The words landed like a slap. Messing around. Wesley's heart shattered in real time. Messing around with what we felt under the stars that night when you said you felt it too. Inside, he raged and crumbled at once. How can you deny us so easily? Is popularity worth more than the boy who saw the real you, the scared parts, the dreams? I love you, Bradley, even now, even as you walk away like I'm poison. But love feels like a curse today. The rest of the day blurred into isolation. Lunch table empty, no one sat near him, the usual crew suddenly busy elsewhere. He ate alone in the corner, each bite tasteless, the internal monologue relentless. They don't know the nights I cried alone, wondering if God made a mistake with me. They don't know the courage it took to say it out loud, the hope that maybe one person would say it's okay. But no one did. Not even him. By last period, the notes started, small slips in his backpack, crude drawings, slurs that made his skin crawl. He tore them up, but the damage lingered in his mind, looping. Freak. Disgusting. Get out. His thoughts turned darker. Maybe I should have stayed silent. Maybe this truth is too heavy for this town, for this life. Yet beneath the pain, a spark flickered. I did it for me. For the chance to breathe without the lie. But the cost feels unbearable right now. After school, he walked home alone, the Texas wind whipping his face, mirroring the chaos inside. His room felt like a cage. Sitting at his desk, Wesley stared at blank paper, tears finally falling. Maybe if I leave something behind, they'll understand someday. Maybe Bradley will finally see the depth of what he threw away. His hand shook as he picked up the pen, the first lines forming in his mind, the letter that would one day echo back to haunt every single one of them. The pain poured out raw, unfiltered, a testament to the boy who dared to love and pay the price. The silence at home that evening pressed down harder than the classroom stairs. Wesley sat on his bed, replaying every moment, the betrayal from Bradley cutting deepest of all. How could he? The boy I trusted with my secrets, my heart, my future. I saw the fear in his eyes, the same fear I carry for years, but I chose to speak, and he chose silence. Inside, the conflict raged louder than ever. Am I selfish for wanting him to stand up? Or is he the coward who let me fall alone? The family dinner was worse, his father grunting about that talk at school, mother avoiding eyes, the tension thick as fog. Wesley's thoughts spiraled. They suspect now. The love I feel for Bradley, the way his smile lit up my darkest days, it all feels tainted by their disapproval. Is this what growing up means, losing everything that mattered? Next day at school, the shunning solidified. No greetings, no nods, just empty spaces where friends used to be. He walked the halls head high, but inside crumbling. Every step reminded him of Bradley's laugh, the way they planned college together in secret. Now those plans lay in ruins. Bradley passed him in the corridor, eyes downcast, shoulders tense. Wesley wanted to grab him, demand why, but the internal voice stopped him. What if he denies it completely? What if my love was one-sided all along? The doubt ate at him like acid. I gave him pieces of myself I never gave anyone, and he throws them away for the team's approval. Yet even in the pain, love lingered, a quiet ache, whispering, maybe he'll come around. The isolation deepened. Lunch alone again, the cafeteria noise a mocking backdrop to his solitude. Thoughts turned to family again, the pressure to be the perfect son, the athlete, the straight arrow. Coming out felt like freedom, but this rejection feels like chains. Bradley's guilt must be building. I see it in his posture, the way he glances then looks away. But guilt isn't enough. I need him to choose me. By afternoon, a group of girls giggled, passing notes, the word fag floating back. Wesley clenched his fists, internal storm brewing. They don't see the real me, the boy who volunteers at the shelter, the one who dreams of art school. They see only the label. The hurt twisted into anger, then back to sorrow. Bradley, where are you in this? Your silence is louder than their whispers. Evening brought more writing, the letter growing longer, words of pain, love, and a plea for understanding. Each sentence heavier with emotion. If I leave this town, will they remember me as the freak or the friend they abandoned? The internal conflict peaked. I can't stay here anymore, but leaving means leaving him too. The sacrifice felt immense yet necessary. The misunderstanding exploded in the parking lot after practice, the air thick with unspoken accusations. Wesley confronted Bradley, finally, voice breaking. You said nothing. You let them treat me like dirt. Bradley's face paled, his internal battle visible in trembling hands. I wanted to speak, but the team, the coach, my dad, they'd all turn. The fear paralyzed me, but seeing him like this breaks me more. Wesley's thoughts raced. He loves me, I know it, but love without action is empty. Is this the end of us? The argument escalated, words flying, regrets spilling. Bradley admitted the secret moments, but fear won. Wesley walked away, heart in pieces. The internal monologue intensified. How can love survive this betrayal? I sacrificed my safety for truth, and he sacrifices me for comfort. Days blurred into deeper isolation, family arguments, escalating, father demanding, fix it. Wesley's mind screamed. Fix what? Who I am. The letter became his lifeline, words pouring out about the pain, the love, the hope they never saw. Bradley's guilt festered alone at night. I betrayed the one person who truly saw me. The misunderstanding widened the rift, both boys lost in their own storms. The decision to leave crystallized in the quiet of his room, Wesley's hand steady on the finished letter. This is my sacrifice for peace. Leaving Bradley behind, the town, the pain. His internal world shattered with every word reread. I love him enough to set him free, but the hole in my chest feels endless. Bradley sensed the shift, avoiding him completely, yet the guilt consumed him nightly. The letter slipped into the principal's box before dawn, Wesley's final act. The emotion peaked in his farewell thoughts. Maybe they'll understand too late. The departure bus pulling away carried his broken dreams heavier than any baggage. The class felt the absence immediately, whispers turning to uneasy quiet. Bradley stared at Wesley's empty desk, his mind a whirlwind of regret. I let him go. My silence pushed him away. The letter surfaced, slowly read in private, the words hitting like bullets. Each classmate's internal reflection began the haunt, starting subtle but growing. Wesley's journey in New York started with freedom, but the ache for Bradley lingered. Years later in college, Bradley's success felt hollow, every achievement tainted by the memory. The letter hidden in his drawer called to him nightly. I was wrong. Fear stole my chance at real love. Wesley thrived in the city, yet nights brought flashbacks, the betrayal, the love. Internal conflict evolved into self-reflection. Was leaving the only way, or did I run from us? The emotion deepened with time, the haunts spreading to old classmates at reunions planned. The reunion brought them face to face, the letter passed around like a bomb. Bradley's voice cracked, reading aloud, tears flowing. Every word reopened the wound. Wesley stood strong, yet inside the old pain mixed with forgiveness. The group broke down, confessions spilling, the collective regret a tidal wave. Their eyes met across the room, the love never died, only buried. Internal monologues collided in raw honesty. I sacrificed everything, and you finally see. The climax unfolded in the quiet apartment, the letter reread one last time, Bradley and Wesley alone, the years melting away. Tears fell freely, the growth evident in their embrace, not physical, but soul deep. The class messages flooded in, regrets voiced, the haunt turning to healing. Wesley's final thought resonated. Love survived the silence, the betrayal, the distance. Bradley whispered the truth, I was scared, but never stopped loving you. The emotional peak left them transformed, stronger in their truths. As the sun set full and bright over the city, the question lingered for all who heard their story. True or false? A single act of silence can destroy more lives than any confession ever could.